Some of the ground stuff, wasn't a fan of it, but the striking, I just fell in love with it. So from there, just proceeded to focus on kickboxing and Muay Thai, and just uh, stuck with that passion. And
This is Guardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. I have a guest that's zooming in. We're going to get him introduced and find out everything that he has going on. Hey, how's it going?
good man, how's it going with you?
If someone hasn't met you before, what's your name and then what do you have coming up?
My name is Drew Gigax, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, and about to fight for the WBC title here on 9/19 in Houston on Coalition.
Yeah, so what does that title mean to you? And I guess that for Coalition to work with them and to get this opportunity, what are your thoughts?
Fighting for the WBC is, first of all, it's insane. It's been a dream of mine, and I mean, it's the green and gold belt. It's the belt everybody wants. So we're training hard for this one, changing a lot of things, pushing ourselves to new levels. And I mean, it's been a great experience working with Bobby as the promoter, who's been setting me up with everything. And I'm just excited to get down in Houston and wrap that belt.
Have you been to Houston before and do you like it?
I've been to, yeah, I got family out there, so I've been there a handful of times, and yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, it's hot, but I like it.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very hot. Who are you fighting? What do you know about them?
I'm fighting Powell Zawitowski, I believe is how you pronounce the name. So sorry if I butcher that, but great fighter. He's seasoned. He's fought a lot of great guys. He's fought a lot of big events. I know he's going to be tough. I know he's going to be coming, and we're planning as best we can to take this fight head on and meet him in the middle of the ring.
What kind of approach do you take, or what's your? I don't know if there is a style that you have, or what's your game plan?
Yeah, so I mean, not going to probably give away too much of the game plan, but really, if you've seen any, I'm coming forward. I'm heavy with the combinations, and I'm looking to exchange. So I know he's going to be coming forward as well. I think our styles clash in terms of how we present ourselves in the ring. So I think it's going to make for a great fight. Just doing as much as we can right now outside the ring. I mean, I think my stance on how I approach the fight is typical to a lot of fighters. Watch a lot of film. Uh, we train year round, so we stay in shape. We're working on things, and when it comes closer to the fight, we're working on fight specifics. That relate to that fight specifically. So just gearing everything down, dotting our T or crossing our T's, dotting our I's, making sure we're ready for the night.
Where do you train at, and what's it like there?
Yeah, so I'm out of KBC Garage under my coach Quentin O'Brien. Um, we got a lot of good guys, a lot of stand up. Guys of all different weight classes. So I get a lot of good different looks, and power, speed. So
Yeah. What do you think about this card overall? There's some, these WBC title matches, and then also, I mean, there's a lot of amateur matches and pro matches as well. What do you think about? Is there anything that sticks out to you?
there's 19 fights. That part stuck out to me. So I think it's going to be a long night. Curious to see how that goes. But I mean, overall, it looks like a stat card. I mean, from the fighters that I've seen, just throughout time watching fights, it looks like a lot of high level fights. And I mean, the last like what 5 fights are all title fights. So I think it's going to be a banger of an event, and I'm excited to be able to headline that one.
I think what that means to me is there needs to be more coalition events. Yeah,
Yeah,
19 fights is a lot, and hopefully that they all stay on and stuff like that. But even what do you think about Muay Thai in the United States and the opportunities that are currently present, or the potential growth, and how do we make that happen?
I definitely think it's growing. I don't think it was as big before. I mean, I'm sure there were other promotions out there before. I know like Friday Night Fights and stuff like that. But right now, I feel like it's getting bigger and bigger. Just like with kickboxing, I feel like it's getting bigger. If you look like 10 years ago, I don't see or know of many promotions that were doing it. And most cards were MMA focused with
Mhm.
kickboxing and maybe some Muay Thai fights allowed on the card. But now we're seeing promotions strictly with stand up, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. And I think it's definitely as
Yeah.
a sport overall in the US. So I'm excited to see that.
What was your introduction to Muay Thai? How did you find it? And I guess why did it grasp onto you?
Yeah, so I originally started back in like 2012, and my goal was to fight MMA. Some of the ground stuff wasn't a fan of it, but the striking, I just fell in love with it. So from there, just proceeded to focus on kickboxing and Muay Thai, and just uh, stuck with that passion. And here we are today.
Mhm. Did you have any MMA fights?
Nope, never took an MMA fight. Did some jiu-jitsu tournaments just to get the feel of it, and just wasn't my thing, but I think there's something about hitting somebody that gets me going more than grappling. So
Yeah, and there's the audience, it's easier for them to watch the striking. Like, even still, there was a UFC event, the other day, and, people will start to boo if there's too much grappling, and if you know what you're looking at on technical side, it's like, "Wow, that's really cool," but
yeah,
it's so much, um and, striking and Muay Thai is very technical as well, but it's just
yeah.
easier for somebody who doesn't know what they're looking at to watch a Muay Thai fight and be like, "Wow, what is this? I wanna learn more," and get hooked,
Y-
right?
yeah, I think to the average consumer, the typical person watching the sport, it's easier to follow stand-up sports just because it's easier to understand. Although it's more in depth than I think what the average person is watching,
Right.
but I think it's easier to follow. I mean, every time I'm at events and there's stand up fights, people are always more entertained by the stand up fights than the MMA fights. So I'm surprised it isn't bigger than what it is in the U.S., but
Yeah.
it's what it is.
I remember the first time I saw a Muay Thai event, there was, amateur and pro, and maybe this wasn't the first time. Actually, the first time was an amateur card, and then after that, it was a amateur and pro. But I didn't realize, like, with the elbows, because the amateurs had to wear, like, elbow pads, and
Yeah,
then they took those elbow pads off, and I'm over here filming, like, on the side of the ring, and then it's just like psh, blood all over my camera and stuff. And I was like, "Wow, these are dangerous weapons." Like these
yeah.
elbows and stuff. And it was just an eye-opening thing to me. Kind of like a surreal moment of like, "Wow, that just happened," right?
Yeah, and it doesn't take much at all with an elbow. It's literally, you know, like a razor blade. So it doesn't take much, and I definitely think that changes the dynamic of how any fight can go, especially when you're at an elbows. So
Hmm. What are your goals whenever it comes to combat sports?
yeah, my goal is to be world champion. I want to be a world champion in Muay Thai. I want to be a world champion in kickboxing, and then from there we'll see where it goes. But I want to fight the best of the best. I want to be a household name along with many others to say that Drew. When people hear that name, they say, "Yeah, that dude can fight. He's going to be a problem." So
Yeah.
my goal is just one to fight the best and get my name up there.
Yeah, I mean, your last name is pretty unique as well. Um, I guess tell me about that, or where's that from?
I'm not too entirely sure. It's obviously from my dad's side, but I think believe his is like German, Eastern Europe. But he was born here in the states. My mom, she's from Ecuador, from over here. So yeah, that's
That's cool.
where it came from. Yeah.
What did anybody in your family or parents have any combat sports experience, or what did they think whenever you started, training as well?
No, not at all. And I remember wanting to do it. I've always wanted to do combat sports growing up. My parents kind of stayed away from it, strict and more traditional sports, but always just found myself, pulled more towards the combat sports. So I got myself into it when I was 17 or 18, I believe, and just stuck it from there. I mean, you know how it is. The first time your parents find out you're fighting, they're not too thrilled about it. And I remember my mom like crying the first time I had an event signed that I was going to fight for, and then, what, 30, 40 fights later, she's, ringside filming, cheering you on. So it's how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's awesome. Um, man, I guess tell people, why should they tune into an event like this? Maybe they are following combat sports or Muay Thai, but maybe not. Like, what can they expect whenever they come to an event?
Oh, man. Fireworks for sure. I've never seen a stand up only card where, there's never a boring fight, regardless of what the rule set is. Every fight is going to be a banger. And then, especially this main card, it looks like a technical card full of like great athletes and fighters who are really training hard and really have goals and are focused to become the next big thing. So, I mean, this fight is just going to be outstanding from start to finish.
Right. What do you have time for outside of training and fighting? What takes up your time? How do you balance it?
Yeah, no, I think I get that question a lot. Is like, what are your hobbies? But really, I got two kids, so primarily when I'm not training, I'm really just trying to do as much as I can with them. So they're young still, and I'm trying to be an impressionable father and be there
Yeah.
as much as I can. So really, if I'm not fighting and training, I'm a family man. So I'm at home hanging out with the kids, doing as much as we can. So
Yeah. Do they, are they old enough to realize, hey, that you're fighting and training? And, how old are they, I guess?
yeah, my kids are 6 and 9. So
Okay.
they watch my fights. They always ask if they can go. I always say no. You know what I mean? Maybe when they're a little bit older to understand it a little bit more, but really just don't know if I'd be able to fight with them right
Right.
there watching me, you know.
Yeah,
So I mean, they watch the fights at home live, so that's fine with me. So, but yeah, they understand it, and it motivates them as well to see that I'm constantly working out, eating healthy. Gives them a role model to do the same as well.
for
So
sure. I'll say that stuff is very, it leaves a huge impression, and I'm sure they would see you. Do they have any desire, or are they already, like, doing some form of training?
yeah, my son's in jujitsu. I mean, he does striking with me. My daughter, she does it sometimes with him when she feels up to it. But my thing is, when it comes to combat sports, if I'm not gonna, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna teach them how to defend themselves, just so they're aware of how to do so. But in terms of pursuing that life, if that's something they're interested in, I'm 100% there to help them, write that path. But I don't want to force anything on them that
For
they don't
sure.
want to
Yeah, there's a
don't want
lot
to
of
do.
time.
So
But it's crazy, you'll see, I mean, there's whole kids events that they'll
mhm.
have. I've seen, kids, Muay Thai,
Yeah,
events. I think it was Texas Muay Thai, had a sanctioned kids Muay Thai event. This was probably like over a year ago. And then obviously like the jiu-jitsu super fights for kids, and there's tournaments and stuff like
yeah.
that. There's really cool opportunities, but like you said, hey, if they want to, then it's there, but it's kind of a neat thing, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think it's important to learn to how to defend yourself and, just as an aspect when you're growing up. But in terms of, combat sports and competing, I mean, it's definitely something that they have to show passion for. I don't want to force that on them and then them get hurt, if there were to be a fight. So, you know, my
Yeah.
thing is I'll introduce it. If they want to go down that path, I'm there to be there. But yeah, I,
Right.
I mean, I definitely love seeing, the kids compete. And I think it is important at least to get one amateur fight in just so I feel like you learn a lot about yourself. So I think it'd be good for them, but we'll see.
Does St. Louis, Missouri have a good combat sports scene?
Yeah, yeah, we got 3 big promotions here. We do have one, stand-up only promotion here that, that does a lot of shows. I think, Lordzilla is gonna be on the one coming here in, September. So, there's a lot of great combat, promotions out here that we can jump on. But really, it's about getting out, getting our name out there on other promotions, and hopefully build something to where we can get on the bigger shows. So
Yeah. Awesome. Can you remind everybody one more time what's taking place in September in Houston, what you're going to be doing there, and how they can get involved and support?
yeah, so my name's Drew Gigax, and I'm fighting for the main event on 9/19 in Houston for Coalition Muay Thai. It's going to be for the North American WBC belt. I'm fighting a tough opponent. We're training hard. We're going to be there, and we're going to take the fight to him. So everybody should tune in because I mean the card, like I said, is going to be stacked from head to toe with great fighters. You're going to see probably some of the best fights you've seen in a long time, not just regionally, but overall, even the big ones you see on TV. So tune in, buy a ticket, come out and see us.
Drew, thanks so much for making time. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
I just want to thank my team, my head coach, Quentin O'Brien, my team that's putting in the effort with me day to day. And then, my wife for, supporting me and allowing me to be a way to really focus for this one. And, my sponsors, HK USA, Bow Point, UV, Adept Design, everybody that's, helping me out get ready for this one. So thank you.
Awesome. This is Gardy with Crow Life Media, Crow Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.